Hello and welcome to an Ef2000 Tactcom Let's Play video. Today we're going to showcase each of the major planes that you encounter in the game. The first plane is the Eurofighter. It's a Canard Delta wing design multi-role aircraft fighter, and it's used by the RAF in Britain, Germany, Spain, Italy, Saudi Arabia, and Oman has ordered some planes as well. Now, according to the strategy guide, the top speed at sea level for the Eurofighter is Mach 1.18, and the top speed at 20,000 feet is Mach 1.88, and at 40,000 feet it's at Mach 2.49. So if we look at the other planes later that you come against, this is the fastest plane in the game, so you can outrun anything. It costs £64 million to buy if you wanted one each, and they were first introduced in 2003. The next one is the Sukhoi 35 and the Sukhoi Su-33. There's no difference externally in the game between these two planes, except that the Su-33 is slightly faster at lower altitudes when you're dogfighting, but otherwise the Su-35 is a long-range fighter and it has a higher top speed at level flight. The Su-35, or the Flanker as it's called by NATO, is a multi-role air superiority aircraft, and the Su-35 costs about $40 to $60 million each. These are the most dangerous planes in the game that you'll come across, so if you see one of these, I wouldn't take these lightly. They've got two little wings up near the nose of the plane, and they're called canards, and they make the plane very agile in low speed flight, especially in dogfighting. The next plane is the Sukhoi Su-27. It's a slightly older version, the predecessor to the Sukhoi 35 and the 33. You can tell the only difference externally is that it doesn't have any canards. However, it's still a very dangerous adversary to fight against when you're in the Eurofighter. The next plane is the Mikoyan Gurevich MiG-29. It's also a multi-role aircraft, and it was first in production and used in 1983. It has a slightly bigger wing than the Sukhoi planes, and it has a slightly squarer body, so that's how you can tell the difference between the MiGs and the Sukhois. The next plane is the Mikoyan Gurevich MiG-27. It was in production in 1975, and it's primarily a ground attack plane. It has wings that can adjust in flight, but however it's still relatively slow. Its top speed, according to Wikipedia, 26,250 feet is Mach 1.77. The next plane you'll see is the MiG-21 Fishbed, and it's normally like the last plane, the last line of defense, because it's a very old aircraft. It was first in production in 1959, and it's got limited range and speed, and it's a nice little plane, but it is dated. However, it does carry lethal missiles, so from range it's a good defensive aircraft, but up close you could easily outmaneuver it in the Eurofighter. Guns. The next plane is the Harrier, or the Harrier jump jet. It's quite an old plane. It was first in production in 1969, and it's a vertical short takeoff and landing aircraft, or it's abbreviated VTOL. It can take off and land vertically with its adjustable vectoring engines. It's primarily used as a interceptor. It can be used on aircraft carriers with short takeoff distances. The first generation Harriers were used for close support, reconnaissance, and as attacked aircraft. And if you remember the film True Lies, it was used in the film by Arnold Schwarzenegger to save his daughter. The next plane is the Panavia Tornado. It was in production in 1979. It's got a variable sweep wing and it's primarily used as a strike or interceptor aircraft. The Ef2000 Tomcat has also a variable wing that can sweep back and open back up again, as we can see, and its primary use is to intercept as an interceptor, and it's a multi-role aircraft too. The next plane is the F-16. It was first in production in 1978. It's a single engine multi-role aircraft, and to buy one it costed between $14 and $18 million in 1998. It's probably the most common and most numerous fighter in the Western world. And here we have the F-15 made by McDonnell Douglas. It was first in production in 1976, and it's an air superiority fighter, and they cost about $28 to $30 million, and that was back in 1998. And the next plane, also by McDonnell Douglas, is the FA-18 Hornet. It is a air superiority fighter and a ground attack fighter. The next plane is the Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor. It's probably one of the most advanced planes in the world at the moment. They first came into production in 2005. They're supersonic, they use stealth. They're designed to be an air superiority fighter and also to be a ground attack fighter as well. The next plane that you'll see in the game is the Saab JAS 39 Gripen, made by Saab in Sweden, and you'll notice it's used by the neutral forces in the game. It's very similar to the Eurofighter, although I think it's slightly smaller and has a single engine rather than two engines and has shorter range. I've left this plane to the end. It's the Sukhoi Su-34. It's a dual-seater aircraft where the two pilots sit alongside each other, so it just looks like an Su-35 except it's wider, and it's used as a fighter and as a bomber as well. It is intended for high precision strikes, including the use of nuclear weapons. Okay, that's the end of this short video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.